Welcome to the Richard Sherman podcast. Hit that sub button if you're new. We're here to give you great NFL content. Please tune in. Well, welcome back to the Richard Sherman podcast. We got an incredible guest here, Darius Washington of the Baltimore Ravens. Man, you're having a heck of a season since you've been inserted into the starting lineup. You play so fast, you're so aggressive. You got a great story. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I feel good, man. Ready to get this week rolling. You know what I mean? First day of practice and everything like that. Big game coming up, but I definitely feel good.
Man, I know your story, and I know, about you went undrafted, you went to a dark place. It's a very frustrating part, but you finally got your opportunity, and every single one of your teammates speaks so highly of you. They said you had the best training camp every single year. You know, you've been banged up with injuries, and every time your number's called, you've shown up in a big way. Tell me what's going through your mind throughout this process.
Throughout this process, man, just going out there and get the win. You know what I mean? I haven't really thought about everything that happened beforehand. You know what I mean? I guess I reflect a little bit after the season and everything like that, but I ain't really thought about it. But right now, man, just going out there and, shutting down the offense, Josh Allen and all those guys, you know what I mean? So that's kind of my thought process right now, bro.
Since week 11, obviously everybody's talked about that. Y'all been one, but you have been, and I watched the tape, and boy, I tell you, and I hate to say this because I know players don't love to be compared to other players. Everybody's unique. You are Darius Washington, you're nobody else, but you look like Earl V. Thomas III.
Come on, man.
I don't know if it's
man.
I don't mean it. I don't know if you're taking it as a.
Nah, that's good. I mean, like you said, you own player like that. At the end of the day, you want to be something. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, they gonna say you play like somebody. I actually did look up to Earl. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, I think 2014 around that time. I think I was probably in high school or something. 2013, and all that. Y'all was great, Legend of Boone, everything like that. Come on, man. I was in high school, but definitely that's one of the players I definitely admired growing up for sure. So definitely.
The way you fly around, the angles you take, the way you throwing your body in there, you're not. How much you weighing right now?
Man, I'm probably like 181 right now, 182, something like that.
Bro,
yeah.
We was at the game last week against Pittsburgh. They tight end caught it in the flat. Boy, you shot your gun, triggered quick. It was like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. It ended up being 4th and 1. They got to punt the ball. And I'm sitting there like y'all not understanding how fast and aggressive this man is playing. That was an incredible one play, bro.
Definitely. I got to bring it, man. Like you said, I'm 180, you know what I mean? So I got to bring every 180 in me, you know what I'm saying, to stop those guys, those 6'6", 6'5", 6'4" guys, you know what I mean? So I got to bring it for sure. So every time I'm out there, that's what I'm thinking about, and like I ain't the biggest guy, anything like that, but, this game going to speak for itself. Definitely, man. That's kind of how I like to play.
It is shown. You know what I mean? It's crazy because just you and Kyle Hamilton, it's just such a different, but then in the defense, y'all both asked to do sometimes they put you in a box, sometimes they got you covering receivers, sometimes they got you covering tight ends. It's never like Zach Orr's thinking like, man, it's a tight end. I need Kyle Hamilton to play. He's like, hey, whichever one of y'all drop down, whichever one is going to get the job done. Tell me about him and the trust and belief that he's shown in you.
I mean, just like you said, ever since I stepped into that role, he's not like, well, AD can't do this or AD can't do that, you know what I mean? So I need Kyle to do this or Kyle to do that. It's kind of just interchangeable, you know what I mean? And so kind of just goes into being head of the play, you know what I mean? So that's why I learned from Kyle, you know what I mean? So him, every time I'm out there with him, he's calling out the play or anything like that. So me stepping into that role, being alongside of him, that's what I try to incorporate in my game, calling out the play or well, if they do this, do that, I'm going to do this or you're going to do that. So that's kind of how Kyle helped me. And, you know what I'm saying, Zach having that trust in us, we're going to get the job done.
What goes into your mentality in these playoffs? This is your first playoff run, but is this your first playoff run? This is your first meaningful starts in the playoffs?
Yeah, meaningful start definitely during playoffs. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, did you feel like the speed was different, or did you change something, or you just said, "Hey, come on now, treat the game the same, and I'm gonna go out there and just play like I always do."
Exactly. And so that was for me, that's my mentality. Every game, don't make it bigger than what it is. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's 100 yards. You gotta go out there and play football. Of course, it means more now, but you don't add that pressure on them. That's for everybody else to add. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just going out there, play my same game. You know what I'm saying? Communicate with the guys, and everything else gonna take care of itself.
No question. Y'all have been balling, bro. Y'all been one of the best defenses in football. Talk about Hump, because Humph playing the nickel spot that you were playing,
Yeah.
and you know how hard it is to play in that space. He's been, I mean, obviously had an all-pro season, but man, I didn't know he had it in him.
Man, just show his versatility. You know what I mean? Like, man, he bring that energy. Every time he's out there, you know what I'm saying, he's the ultimate competitor. You know what I mean? So you can put Hump anywhere. You know what I'm saying? He wanna play, he wanna learn it. You know what I mean? So I definitely knew he had him in him. Like he had that physicality in him, be in the box and everything like that. And Hump, like I said, he wanna make plays. You know what I'm saying? So him being at that nickel spot, he can always be around the ball and everything like that. Yeah, Hump the dude for sure.
So you coming from Louisiana, Shreveport, and I think they've went on and highlighted all these receivers that came from this one small area
Yeah.
of Louisiana, and you grew up in that. You grew up defending these dudes. You grew up playing. Do you think that has helped prepare you for this moment?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know those guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, you grew up playing against them in high school and everything, 7-on-7, you know, playing on the same teams with them. You know what I mean? It's just like the matchup with the Meek and Jay Jets. You know what I mean? Like, they grew up playing against each other. So, like, a Meek ain't not that scared. You know what I mean? Like, he know this guy. You know what I mean? So, definitely leans to our advantage. You know what I mean? Like, we dream of things like this. Just like I was playing Jamar. You know what I'm saying? We talked in the offseason, you know, the matchup we've been waiting. We played them in a playoff game. You know what I mean? So, you know, just things like that for sure. Definitely prepare us.
That's crazy, man. I don't think I mean outside of DJ, I don't think there's any receiver that I played when I was growing up that I played in the league. And y'all boys in Louisiana, it seemed like every goddamn
Nah,
one
for
of
real
y'all.
though. Nah, for real. Everybody from the boot, for real. Nah, for real. But nah, it's definitely a blessing, you know what I mean? Play against those guys for sure, going out there, having fun, competing, and, you know, talk about it afterwards. You know what I mean? You see those guys in the off season also. So
I love that, man. And so, talk to me about your family. You know what I mean? Are they coming to games? Are they getting to see you play live? Or
yeah, most
you know what I mean? Are they
Oh yeah, yes sir. So some games they able to come up to, you know what I mean? But like the Texas game and when we played in Dallas and everything, probably had about 30 people at the game, you know what I mean? Family, friends, cousins, and mom, dad, you know what I mean? Well, my dad passed, but you know what I mean? So but they all came up to the game for sure. But yeah.
I love that.
So
I love that, man. It's great to see you, Sean, man. I got a lot of respect for your game, and I loved watching you, man. I love watching you now because you play so fast, you play so smart. It's clear that you watching tape. It's clear that you understanding the concepts. It's clear that you dialed in. It seemed like you and Kyle Hamilton's chemistry and y'all understanding of one another is fantastic. Walk me through that because he did a little interview just talking about you and your relationship and how cool y'all are and how y'all play off each other in that on that field. Because when the bullets is flying, people don't know it get crazy out
nah,
there.
it does, man. It be time that me and KL, we talking about everything, bro. Like everything we see, every time we come to the sideline, we talking about, you know, what you getting on this side or what you getting right here, or how you would have played this, or how you feel about that. So even though like we're in the locker room, bro, like we just talking about communicating, especially about ball, you know what I mean? And outside of that, you know what I'm saying? We talk about whatever, you know what I mean? But just getting to know each other more and stuff like that, especially filling into that role and everything, you know what I mean? So like having a relationship with him and everything like that. Like we understand, we co-signing and everything like that for definitely.
NFL playoffs? We're talking NFL playoffs. You bet we are. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the playoffs. And the key to you scoring big is betting on them at DraftKings, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. Here's another reason to watch some of your favorite players crush it in the playoffs. New customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big during the NFL playoffs with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code Richard. That's code Richard for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
So y'all played Buffalo early in the season, but you didn't play in that game.
Exactly.
What are you seeing from them now that's different from the team that y'all played earlier in the season?
Physicality, you know what I mean? So they running guys off the ball, you know what I mean? They pushing the pile and doing things like that, but you can definitely tell they're a completely different team from when we played them week 4 and today is now. You know what I mean? They bringing it, you know what I mean? They seem like they out there got a point to prove, but so do we, you know what I mean? So like, you know, we know it's gonna be a different game. We're a different team also, you know what I mean? But definitely from that is physicality, and with those guys, you're gonna have to stick to your rules. You know what I mean? They got guys going all over the place, you know what I mean? So we definitely have to stick to our rules when we playing against them.
Now, how is the boy from Shreveport, Louisiana, going to get ready for this 8-degree weather? I mean, I know you've been in Baltimore long enough, but 8 degrees is 8 degrees.
I'm gonna get ready for it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get ready for it. I'm gonna be out there. We playing football. You know what I mean? So when I'm between those, I ain't thinking about how cold it is. When I get to the sideline, I'm like, okay, maybe a little cold out here. But when I'm out there on that field, hey, I ain't thinking about no weather, man. I'm thinking about making this play right now.
When we played the coldest game I ever been in. I think it's like 4th coldest all time. We was playing Minnesota before their stadium got built, and it was -6. And when I tell you, look, I ain't never really cared about the cold. Now, once you put on the pads, once you start playing, it's cool. But when I tell you, I got out there and took a deep breath, and it felt like my lungs was freezing. I said, "It's different. It's different." Look, I tell you what, I look like a total little. You know what I mean? Sissy, when I'm running to the sideline between every play, getting on that heater.
Getting on that heater,
I don't care.
It affect you a little bit, Rich.
Hey, it got me a little bit. I can't lie. I'm a California boy. Hey, you got any questions for me? I know you ain't got a lot of time, so I don't want to hold you too long. You know, I'm blessed that you even got on the pod with me. I know it's a busy time, a crazy time for you.
I appreciate you for having me, man. Definitely a blessing, like a guy like yourself. You know what I mean? And I do actually have a question. So, for you, just one question. You know, what made y'all guys so great? You know what I mean? Y'all in that back end. You know what I mean? What was like? I guess it was like 3 things that made y'all guys great in that secondary.
I guess it's a lot of. It's a bunch of guys with a lot of love and respect for one another. Obviously, it's us spending time off the field and getting to know each other, getting to know each other's families, and that just connects you in a different way. But then it's on the field just caring about one another. You know what I mean? It's studying together. It's having a standard for the room. You know what I mean? I'm sure y'all got a standard in y'all room. It looks like it. You know, y'all play up to it. And you got a standard of play that everybody holds each other to, not just the starters. So it's not just Cam, Earl, myself, Brandon Browner, Byron Maxwell. It's the practice squad guy, same standard. So, and then it's a different level of accountability because it's not like a hierarchy. It's not like, hey man, this practice squad guy can't say nothing to me because I'm a 3-time All-Pro. If he got something to teach me, if he got something to tell me and say, hey, brother, I think you could do this a little better. You kind of was this. I think if you changed your footwork like that, then I'm gonna take it in and I'm gonna absorb it. And I'm going to try to make myself better.
Right.
And I think that helped us get better and helped us improve because everybody mattered. Everybody was important. Everybody felt like, hey, man, these dudes respect me. And we did. Like if some dude said, hey, can you help me after practice? And he might have just got picked up yesterday and about to get cut tomorrow. Then I'm going to stay out there for 2 hours and help him with his tech. You know what I mean? And I think on top of that, we practiced hard as shit. Like, we practice hard as shit. Everybody got to touch the ball. The effort is there. We full speed. It don't matter if it's walkthrough. We practice walkthroughs like full speed. So he wouldn't let the ones go with the ones no more because we ain't letting y'all catch the ball. I don't give a damn if y'all the one offense. If y'all want to catch the ball, take us off the field.
Right.
Like we not playing none of that shit. And I think we kept the standard at all times. So it didn't matter walkthrough, practice, preseason game, Pro Bowl game. Like. We playing hard and we hitting shit. So if you don't want that, then put us on the sideline, coach, because that's what you're going to get from us. And I think when you have all those things, when you get in the crazy moments and adversity hits and shit ain't going your right way and it's the playoff game, you never look at each other and you're like, man, it's your fucking fault. Or it's like, oh, man, it's on you. Like, you ain't doing your job. It's always love. I might as well be out there with my brother and be like, hey, I know, we in this together. We know we can get this done. And you know I'm doing my fucking best and I know you're doing your best.
So gotcha. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Definitely, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's all love, brother. Hey, good luck this weekend. Keep balling out. Keep doing your thing. I hope everything goes your way. I can't wait to see your player performance because your player performance bonus
it's probably going to be crazy. Nice. Hey, I try not to think about that
don't think about it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we got a mission we on right now, and that's what we're trying to get to. But I'll think about that later. But yes, sir.
Yeah, it's going to be everything going to work out like it's supposed to.
Most definitely.
All love, brother. You have a beautiful day. If you got anything else for me, I'm happy to go. If you got a little bit more time, I'm happy to keep going. But they told me you have 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so
I got to get ready for practice. It's 12:30. You know, we
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All love, brother. Good luck this week.
Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Not judge the quality of a fragrance by the compliments you get. When I wore Ovation for the first time, second time, and third time, usually I walk past somebody and they're like, hey, what you got on? Who over there smelling good? You know, that's the injection of confidence right there to you.
That's right. We want to be at the forefront of using the brand as a gateway for these young athletes. Custom suit, we do a photo shoot, we do video, and it's all about that partnership to create a personal brand.
And I love you guys associating it with more sophistication. Throwing a suit on a kid, sometimes it takes for you to see yourself with a suit on in the mirror to be like, hey, I have more to offer.
Ovation for Men, we're part of Amazon's Black Business Accelerator. You know, Amazon has invested $150 million for the next 4 years to uplift small businesses like myself to scale. You know, Amazon is really putting their money where their mouth is.
They're committed to excellence on every level. They want to scale these businesses to be amongst the best in whatever industry they're in.
You've always been authentic. You've always been pushing excellence.
Well, I appreciate that.
As our slogan says, every man deserves an ovation.
Yes, sir.
Listen, this relationship with Ovation for Men, Richard Sherman, the volume, this is just the beginning.
I appreciate you guys letting me be a part of your journey. If you haven't already checked them out, go out there, get your man some. And get the sport too. And it can be Christmas, birthday, holidays, or yesterday. But make sure you get it.